Hello everybody on YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! And every day, for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, is a special day. It's the last duel of the format. That's right, the February ban list goes into effect tomorrow. And so we're going to be taking this deck out with the EDO Pro, show how it works before the format changes completely, and we live in Skill Drain Town. So we got ourselves a 60-card Machina Infinitrack deck. It's all about summoning out lots of big machines, going for lots of damage. It's a very straightforward deck, and we're going to take it out in EDO Pro, show you how it works. Big shout out to Mr. Deverick Phillips, who has once again donated a 60-card beast to the show. I'm starting to see a pattern here. But anyway, let's go ahead to the deck list, and then get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we're playing one copy of Machina Ruin Force, 3 each of Machina Citadel, Super Express Bullet Train, Machina Air Raid, and Machina Fortress. We have 2 copies of Machina Metal Crunch, 1 copy of Infinitrack Tunneler, 3 each of Infinitrack Brutal Dozer, Infinitrack Trencher, Infinitrack Anchor Drill, as well as 3 copies of Machina Gear Frame. We also have 3 copies of Machina Possess Storage, and 3 copies of Infinitrack Harvester. We have 1 Raigeki, we have 1 Harpy's Feathered Illuster, 1 Reasoning, 1 Foolish Barrel, and a Monster Reborn. We have 3 Machina Redeployments, 1 Call by the Grave, 3 copies of Urgent Schedule. We have 3 Forbidden Chalice, 3 Heavy Forward, 3 copies of Magnet Force, 3 Machina Overdrive, 1 Breakthrough Skill, and a Skill Drain. As for the extra deck, we have 3 copies of Infinitrack Goliath, 1 Cleefort Genius, 1 Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf, 2 copies of Infinitrack River Stormer, 1 Drill Driver Vespanado, 1 Infinitrack Mountain Smasher, 1 Dracosack, 1 Infinitrack Earth Slicer, 1 Rail Cannon Gustav Max, 1 Rail Cannon Superior and 1 Juggernaut Libe, as well as 1 copy of AA Zeus. As for the side deck, there's some things, if you want to have an extra deck getter-outer, we have Gizmek Kaku here, who can steal things that are in the extra monster zone, so basically a link killer here. If you want more field nuking, you have Dark Hole, although now that Raigeki's going to 3, you could obviously just run 3 Raigekis if you'd prefer. If you want some spell trap removal, go Cosmic Cyclone, especially with Skill Drain going to 3. While we can enjoy Skill Drain, I prefer it on my turn, not my opponent's turn. We also have things like Limiter Removal to make machines a lot bigger. We have Witch's Strike. If we get negated, this destroys everything my opponent's got. Torrential Tribute, again, for interrupting my opponent, destroying my cards, destroying my opponent's cards. But I get a Citadel out of it, so it all works out. If you want another negate, go for another Breakthrough Skill. And Red Reboot is here if your opponent just plays a trap and you really don't want them hitting you with no trap cards. So, that's the deck today. Let's go into good old EDO Pro, show it off, show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a good old Machina time. Alright, our first opponent, another day, another card game. And this deck can go first or second, depends on the hand you get into. Bit of a rough hand. Let's see. I mean, I do have Ruin Force. I need to have stuff in the graveyard to use Ruin Force, but I do have Ruin Force. This guy's called Darts, and he goes for the seal. He's trying to steal my soul. Okay, so this guy does not care for extra deck. Unfortunately, I don't have a start. Normally this doesn't happen, but every once in a while you will brick with this deck, because we have a lot of high-level monsters. Usually not a problem, because Air Raider can summon himself. Okay. Yeah, so what was it? Air Raider can summon himself, Machina Fortress can summon himself by sending machines to the grave. So, like I said, normally not an issue. But in this case, it's a slight issue because I just don't have I don't have anything to start with. So he's got Atlantean Prince, which I guess he can still send a card to the graveyard. He won't be able to search, but I don't know if he sends the Atlantean that searches. Or Marksman, that's gonna destroy my Overdrive. Unfortunately, I kind of needed that to do things. Just a little bit of things I needed that far. Alright, so my opponent and me... Okay, there we go. We got a starter. We got something to start with. Let's go for Harvester. When Harvester gets summoned out, I can add an Infinitrack. We're going to get on Brutal Dozer. Getting it Brutal Dozer. With Brutal Dozer, you can tribute one of your Infinitracks to summon it from the hand. And then he summons another Infinitrack from the deck with its effects negated. Normally, I go for Trencher, because that lets me summon things from the grave when I need things from the grave. And we're going to go for River Stormer. Hwacha. Big Gun. So with Big Gun's effect, I can detach material to search a machine. In this case, I'm going to get out my Fortress. I almost mistook him for Citadel. That's not something you want to do. It's not something you want to do, little Billy. Nope, nope, no. Okay, so let's go for Fortress. Ditching Citadel. That way we have that loaded into the grave. And let me think. I could shuffle back 3, draw 1, but I really don't want to do that yet. And I could bring back the Harvester, but he's once per turn, so we don't need to do that. So let's just go for the battle phase and see where things take us. Roll on in there. Summon out River Stormer. Do some damage. And then, because I destroyed a monster by battle, I can attach that monster to me as material. This denies my opponent things. There you go. So this way, we'll be able to just we'll get ourselves a nice start here. Do some damage. You know, I can recover things or bring back a monster. I don't need to. Not yet, anyway. So we're pretty good. You know, the whole idea of this deck is just summon out big machines. Do lots of damage. My opponent, I'm guessing this is Atlanteans. Based on the Atlantean Prince. I don't know why he didn't care about his extra deck at all, because he can't use the extra deck as long as he has the seal. That's kind of the ideal. Or is it a pun? It's a pun, because he's about water monsters, and it's a seal of Orichalcos. Yes, that is the joke about it. It's the seal of Orichalcos. Okay? That's what it is. Okay, so this guy is... add Mermail monster. Okay, that's fine. Add Abyssgund. Let's see. I'm just putting I'm putting a thing on my notes. What do we got? Monster Reborn. Okay, go for Abyss Megalo. And Abyss Megalo can discard 2... No. Who is calling in the middle of card games? Alrighty, what is my opponent doing? Tribute monster, does 2 attacks. He's 2,900. Normally a problem, but we're fine. Well, okay, I'm not worried in slightest. Because he can attack my Mega Fortress. That's all good, because Mega Fortress gets destroyed. I can pop my opponent's monster. As well, Citadel comes back when a monster of mine that's an Earth Machine gets the Disturbed. I'm really surprised he didn't... Oh. Geh. He summoned Geh. How's this thing work again? Oh man, this gave Hard like such a problem. I know how to get rid of this. Can't be targeted by card effect. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Citadel. You get rid of yourself. Go away, Citadel. Go away. Okay. Whew. And y'all think I don't know how to play this game. I know how to out-Geh. Thank you very much. I know how to do that. Thank you very much. Alright, so we outed the Geh. Good effort on my opponent. This thing basically rams into you, and you can't do much about it. So what we're going to go ahead and do... I rarely get to summon this guy, so we're going to go ahead and summon him out. Let's see, I need 12 stars, so... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need Citadel this duel. We're going to go for Ruin Force. He negates things in the battle phase and halves my opponent's life points. But he's a nice 4,800 beat stick, and that's what we're going to go for. So, there's a win against an interesting Seal of Orichalcos Atlantean deck. We beat up darts. We beat darts. We beat darts in a good old duel. And you get the idea of the deck. You just summon out a bunch of big machines, run over your opponent. And yeah, we had a rough start. That happens in 60-card decks. But we were able to play through it. So it's all good. So there's our first duel. Let's go for duel number 2. Show off more what the deck can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. And this time, hopefully no bricky starts. Let's go second this time. Get an extra draw in there. Alrighty. Of course, I'm going second, and I draw my 1 skill drain. Of course, it won't be 1 soon. Soon it'll be 3. Because, of course, 3 skill drains is so much better. Okay. This might actually save my butt. Because I've got big machines. My opponent does not have big machines. And if I can just get out, like, Citadel on top of skill drain... Although he has auditors, so that's another thing I gotta be worried about. Witchcrafters. Alright. But opening hand's not bad. I've got redeployment. This can search out a couple Machina monsters. I've got urgent schedule, so I can summon out a couple machines. Got bullet train. I've got skill drain. Skill drain will stop most of what he's trying to do. Not all of it, but it'll stop a lot of his stuff. So this is gonna send a Witchcrafter. Now, yeah, he's got both of the continuous spells, and he's got the, what does this one do? The fusion spell. I always forget that Witchcrafters have a fusion now, which is always kind of weird thinking about. Like, Witchcrafters don't really do anything that would, you know, incentivize fusion play. They're mostly about Madame Vere and, the other one whose name escapes me at the moment. The one that says, like, pop a card. That's what Witchcrafters like to do. Alright, so he's got Madame... Ooh, Machina Fortress, not bad. Not bad, I can deal with that. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do here... Probably not going to attack this turn regardless, so we're going to go ahead into... yeah, urgent schedule. I've got bullet train already, so that's good. So I can go for Dora. I can make Dora the Explorer, why not? So, what we're going to go ahead and do, we need a level 4 or lower. 4 or lower. 4 or lower. We'll go for Machina Gear Frame and Machina Citadel. Get those two set up. We're going to use Bullet Train. Special summon that. Summon Limit. I should have known. Okay, so summon limit my balls. I see. So, yeah, that makes perfect sense. He doesn't really care about summoning a lot. Okay. So what we're going to go ahead and do is activate redeployment, ditching possess storage, add 2 Machina cards. So I can get Machina Overdrive, and I can get my Ruin Force. Because Ruin Force is a lot bigger than he is. And I could attack, but that would do me no good, so I'm just going to end my turn. I'll end my turn, and we'll see what happens. So, I mean, I still got Skill Drain. Oddly enough, my one-off Skill Drain is going to be the thing that saves my butt. It's going to save my butt, and I'll just set the Overdrive next turn. I don't need to set it right now. Not important. That Witchcrafter. They are right tricky, but they love their floodgates, Witchcrafters. Summon Limit, Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Not Skill Drain, because they like their effects on the field, but, you know, other things. So, what are you doing? Witchcrafter oh, he's playing Creation? Okay. Banish a card, draw a card, send Witchcrafter card from hand to grave. Okay. That was from Pitur. Go to Schmitta. Alright. Well, my opponent's certainly getting stuff a-going. I mean, he's got the Schmitta. So, I'm gonna go ahead and be like... Skill Drain? Hope he didn't like having monster effects. Granted, I do know that Witchcrafters do have a spell trap. I forget if it's bouncing or destruction. I know it exists, though. Whether he plays it or not, that's a good question. It's possible. We'll find out. So he's ditching By Street to use the Schmetta. He's gonna bring out... Yeah, Hain. Everybody is now Nagat. So now Ver doesn't do anything. Hain doesn't do anything. Schmitta will do things, of course, because Schmitta's gonna send another Witchcrafter spell to the graveyard, and it'll get it later. Monster Born, okay. He's got that Monster Born. No. Actually, I forget if that... You know, I'm negated. I'm gonna make him think that this works. It doesn't actually work. I just want to make my opponent know that I haven't forgotten that I have monster effects that are negated. Alright, so he will get to draw another card. That is what his little scroll lets him do. Alright, I only have 8 stars in the grave. I need more stars in the grave. If I can just get another Machina to my hand that's like a low... If I can get another gear frame. Or possess storage, either one would be perfect. Okay, I don't need any spells right now, thank you. But yeah, if I get my possessed storage, I can use Fortress, ditching storage and Ruin Force, bring out Fortress, banish a bunch of stuff for Ruin Force, have lots of big numbers, and pretty much just run them over at that point. So, yeah, he can get back all of his spells. Can he get back By Street? I think he can. I mean, he used its effect, but I think he can still get it back. If he can, that's not good. No, he can't. Okay, good. Perfect. Alright, so we have Urgent Schedule. That doesn't do me any good. Let us put this in attack mode. Ditch Ruin Force to bring out our Fortress. Hello, here I am. What, you got Torrential? That's what I thought. And I could make big things, but since skill drains out, we're not going to be seeing no Doras. Not at the moment, anyway. No Doras today. So let's go ahead and run over Madame Vere. I don't want Madame Vere on the board. Even though she's negated, she still scares me. Her and her lace. All of her lace and finery. Aha, so he did have the thing that bounced. It is a bounce, not a negate. Or it's not a what you got. It's not destruction. So he does still have Madame Vere. He can reveal the spells in the hand to make himself bigger. Ouchie. I'm not destroyed, though, so that's good. Let's attack into Hain. That I can destroy. Unless he has Auto-Do. You don't have Auto-Do, do you? No, but you have Quick Effect. Ditch a spell, pop my stuff. Dang you, Witchcrafters! And I'm still negated. But now I'm going to be in the graveyard, so I can just bring myself back. Or I can bring my Ruin Force. That is a thing. Alright, let's finally get rid of Hain. I really just don't want this on the board. I don't want him to have all this stuff. It's a lot of stuff. What? Yeah, that's right. Don't use Hain. Because if he targets me with a monster effect, I can get rid of a card in his hand. It's that nice little tidbit of an effect that I happen to have effect. I can do that thing. I can do a thing. Do I go for Ruin Force, though? I don't think I need to. Not yet, anyway. Not quite yet. So he has the Madame Vere. I still have Skill Drain. So he's going to go for Witchcrafter's Holiday. I'm going to be like, Skill Drain again. I can play this a few more times, sir. I'm not going to just let you have monster effects. Not if I can help it. Alright, so we're back into this here. He does have the ability to get this back, but he can't play it on my next turn. Not unless he adds it this turn. So, what does he have in his hand? He's got Confusion, right? Yeah, he's got the Fusion spell. He'll get back by Street this turn, and he'll be able to protect his monster from destruction. But I can bring back Ruin Force. He's way bigger than this thing, and so I can run over Madame Vere. Slowly but surely, we will overcome the Floodgate City. No. And yeah, I do have Overdrive as well, so I could do other things as well, but right now, not as much. Although, See, if I use Overdrive, Pop Fortress, get out Citadel, that's a 3,000 beat stick. And then I can bring back the 3,000 beat stick. And then I'll have other things to banish. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my Machina Fortress. And bring out another Citadel, because he is rather large. And then the Citadel in my graveyard comes back. See, I can play around summon limit. Who says I can't? Who dares to suggest such a thing? Alright, so he's got the summon limit. No, no. Sadly, Citadel don't do me no good right now. So, yeah, he gets that back. He gets all of his spells back. But they don't do him much good at the moment. Because now he can't play no quick play during my turn. That's not how quick plays work. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring out... Let's bring... You know what? Yeah. We'll bring out our fortress. Then... I can shuffle things back. Don't need to do that yet. What? That's what I thought. Alright, so let's go ahead and go for Ruin Force. Hacha. 4,600 points of beat stick, baby. Alright, so this should allow me to just run this guy over, basically. Because unless he has something in his hand that I'm not aware of, we should be good. Let's just attack with everything. Because unless he has auto-do, we're good. I mean, yeah, he can use the buy street. Big deal. I can still ram into you. I can get rid of Madame Verde. You can get another one if you can. Because he doesn't have Holiday yet. That's still in the graveyard. That's going to stay there a bit longer. Let's attack into Hain. And we'll do a nice big old 4,600 points to the booty. See, this is what we're doing. We're just summoning out a bunch of big machines and we run into people. Skill drain doesn't affect us at all because it's all about the attack numbers, baby. There you go. So we'll go for Ruin Force. And no need to worry about Witchcrafter. Well, granted. Let's see. He does have his bounce back. So he can bounce things. I could get back things, draw one card. Is that worth it? Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. There's a slight chance. There's always that slight chance you'll get the card you want. Like if I can get, I don't know, another fortress. Not really what I wanted, but I was kind of hoping for breakthrough skill. I know it's a one-up, but I would like a breakthrough skill. That would have been nice. Or, because of Magician's Hand, my Chalice isn't as useful, but it would have been nice to have. Alright, so we're not out of the woods yet, folks. We are in a better position. I've got a heckin' lot of board here. Got a heck of a lot of board. He's got his Genie. Although, now, none of his monster effects work until he bounces my skill drain, though. Granted, he has the bouncer, so there you go. He still has that. But I also have Citadel to interrupt his plays. So we're in a very good position, as you can see. You know, my opponent desperately wants to get rid of skill drain, but if he gets rid of skill drain, it opens up potential for other things that I can do. I've got double Citadel. Okay, gonna go for the fusion. Okay. I still don't remember what the fusion does. I have no idea. Vice Master, the Master of Vice. Let's see. When a non-fusion spellcaster is affected, or spell is affected, destroy a card, summon a monster, or add a spell trap. Okay. So he gets to bounce my thing. Does this go off? I'm guessing it does not go off. It was negated at the time. Otherwise, he would have done something to pop me. Granted, what would he even pop in this situation? I mean, Citadel I have two of. Ruin Force is probably the biggest target of him. He's not going to target Fortress, because obviously that would be a dumb idea. I pop my monster to pop you. Alright, you're not poppable. That's right, stinky buy straight. That buy straight, man. Okay. That's fine. Bullet Train can get himself back. Well, he can't get himself back, but if I had another machine in the grave, I can get it back. It's all good. My opponent's just playing all these Floodgate and all these buy straight. Dan, I'm supposed to be nuking your board. How dare you not get nuked? My Machina Citadel could easily run over this street. I don't care how narrow it is. Alright, so my opponent is just like, okay, battle phase time. Okay, that's good. That'll work just fine. Because he can attack into my fortress. Fortress will just pop his Vice Master because now it's used up its protection. Yeah. Monster destroys my battle, draw one card. I'm gonna say, pay half, yeah, half and half. You have less life points than I do. I only get to use Skill Drain one more time, but I only need it one more time, that's the thing. Yeah, Ruin Force negates things in the battle phase. You pay half your life points to do it, but you do it. Okay, so now we can just bring this dang thing back. In defensive mode. Okay. Is what it is. I can still beat over it. Don't think I can't. Alright, so we should be... I think we've got him. I honestly think we do. I mean, yeah, he can keep popping my stuff. I'll probably balance Ruin Force, but... You know. Bullet Train... I could get back Fortress and summon Fortress. Or I can just... You know what? Yeah. Yeah. We'll get back Ruin Force. That way I can summon the Citadel from my hand. Alright. Ooh, Reasoning. Reasoning's good, but whether or not my opponent would allow that is a big... Probably no. Because he still has the Magician's Hand. So I can't really rely on that. So let's see. From the grave, he will 12 or more. Oh yeah, I can do that. Yep, let's go for Ruin Force again. And this will start, you know, if I use this effect, obviously I can't go Skill Drain, but I'm trying to win the duel right now. So let's go ahead and attack into the Vice Master. Obviously, thanks to By Street, it will live. And this ought to be game. He doesn't seem to have auto do, so that was a long 8-turn duel. It really was. So there's game right there by Ruin Force. Thank you, my dude. And pretty nice. Let's go for one more duel. You know, we've shown off a good chunk of what we're doing. Let's go for one more duel and take it home. Go for perfect plays and perfect stuff. Alrighty, third and final opponent of the day. We'll go first again. Now, first, second, this deck works both, and we got Magnet Force. This makes me immune to all monster effects. It's beautiful. So, we're going to go ahead and ditch a Machina with Machina Redeployment. Ruin Force is glued to my hand somehow, and I am A-okay with this. So, we're going to go ahead and get Fortress and Overdrive. That way I have all that set up. We will summon out the Fortress, the OG boss of Machinas. And also Foolish Burial. I can send a dude to the grave, but I'm going to save this for later. We're okay. So I've got Magna Force, all machines and rocks unaffected by monster effects for a turn. So my opponent uses monster effect on this, which, granted, because of what Fortress does, is not very likely. But if he does, I'll be ready for it. And even if he destroys it, I'll have a pop and a revival and Dark Contract with the gate. Alright. Thinking here. Because if I pop Machina Fortress, I get out another monster, and then I can also get Citadel, and then Citadel can wipe his board. Prevent a board making. So I think I will do this. I think this is a good idea. So we're going to go ahead and go for... Metal Crunch? Crunchitize me, Captain? Sure. So he's got the DD Slime. That's going to let him fuse into Genghis. Because they always go for Genghis first. And so Metal Crunch will do his effect. As well, I can use the effect of Mind Citadel. Thank you. So we'll summon out Citadel to prevent board. And then I can pick 3 machines. Who do I want? I kind of want... there's so many options. So many options. I'm going to go ahead... You know what? Hold on one second. I'm actually going to go for something different. I'm going to go for Air Raider, actually. I think Air Raider will be the best idea here. Air Raider, Machina Fortress. So we'll get ourselves our Air Raider. I can summon him by ditching a Machina. I can destroy one of my Machinas in order to get out another Machina. Sea Turtle. I see. Night a Howling. Alright, so that's how he's planning to trigger Genghis. And then Genghis will go off at some point, target a DD in the grave and summon it. Does he really want to summon? I can imagine he'd bring back the slime just to use as link material for Genghis, but maybe not. Send DD. Okay, so send the guy who fuses from graveyard. Okay. Interesting. And then he goes for a Genghis. Okay, so he had the title. Unfortunately, he had that dang old dilly turtle. Curse you, turtle. You couldn't even be a rock type. If you had only been a rock turtle, like that one Pokemon, then everything would be fine for me. But no, you had to be a regular turtle. You had to be a Squirtle and not a Tortuga. I don't remember the name. I don't remember the thing's name. It was one of those fossil Pokemon, okay? I know what it looks like. I know what it evolves into. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. But it exists, and it's a rock type and a water type. So why this can't be a rock too, I just don't understand. Alright, well, regardless of that, yeah, this is exactly why we went for Citadel, is to prevent this. This is DD big old board setup. Alright, going into Alexander. I believe this thing can become huge, or is that the other one? That's the other one. Let's see, DD summoned. You can target a DD in the grave, summon it. And then he goes for this thing, which is like... What does this do again? Once chain a monster card, your opponent controls activates its effect, attached to material. Okay. It says attach 2 materials, right? Attach 2 materials from this card, or destroy a dark contract. Attach that card to this monster. Okay. So we're going to save Magnet Force. Okay, so this is the guy that gets huge. King Alexander. See, this is what Citadel is made to do. Stop this nonsense. I do have Ruin Force, though, so at the very least, I'm not dead to rights. But this ain't exactly good. Plus, he has the Arc. And he can bring back a Valamia, so he can make like a level 8 Synchro, which is probably going to be Siegfried. I would imagine it's going to be Siegfried. Correct? Yep. And this is the guy that lets him negate my things. Unfortunate indeed. Alright, well, I'm going to be taking a smidge of damage. I might be dead? I think I'm dead, actually. Darn. Don't you just hate it when you happen to be dead to rights? See, this, if I'd only been able to keep Citadel, I would be fine. Unfortunately not, so we take an OTK to the face from DDDs, thanks to Turtle. But that happens sometimes. So, unfortunate, but it is what the game gives you sometimes. So, that's going to be the end of this episode. Let's go into the end screen, and we'll talk more about the deck. Alrighty, our 60-card Machinas went 2 out of 3, which is pretty good for a 60-card deck. You know, our deck, we did pretty good. We got the things we had to go. We did have some tricky hands, but ultimately we were able to do what we wanted to do. I was able to out a Witchcrafter, like, full-on floodgatey board. And it's all thanks to a one-off skill drain, yes, but it's something we have, and we were able to go into it. We were able to just, you know, summon out our machines and do lots of damage, and Ruin Force was there all the time. It's just unfortunate that, you know, Turtle happens to be a weakness to Citadel. He just got shoved down the barrel, I suppose. So, I enjoyed the deck. It's a very nice deck. We got to show off most of what it can do. I mean, we didn't get to go into some of these Exceed monsters. Didn't get to go for Big Train. But it doesn't happen all the time. So, regardless, I hope everyone at home enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you like it if you liked it. And tomorrow, we got the new format. And we're taking a look at Valiance, which is a deck I am still not 100% on how to play. But we're going to play it, and we're going to see how it goes. So until next time, your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, signing out. Until next time, y'all take care.